Some of you may have heard this story, but there was a great light heavyweight, Irish Billy Conn. He was probably the greatest light heavyweight ever to get in the ring. And he decided he wanted to be the heavyweight champion of the world, so he arranged to fight with Joe Louis. Billy Conn was an amazing fighter. Quick on his feet, quick with his fists. For 12 rounds, he outfought Joe Louis. He had it won on every card. And in the 13th round, he goes out and decides he's going to knock out Joe Louis. When they awakened him, and I actually saw this, they have footage of this interview. What were you thinking? You tried to knock out Joe Louis? You had it won. You would have been the heavyweight champion of the world. He said, I'm Irish. Why be Irish if you can't be stupid? That's a quote. Rebuttal dollar here from Lion McCindy.
Committees that you want to work on?
Past President Cindy.
Different programs you want to work on?
I have not for the programs, but I'm going to be a tail twister next.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, I have $5. I'm not quite sure if they're happy or sad. One is that my father-in-law has a rental property up in Toodle, and he just was out of the hospital for 2 weeks with heart problems. My husband has been up there helping him replace his septic tank or get it pumped out to do the drain field thing. He goes up there last night after working, telling his father that he would be up there. His father's got a wheelbarrow with a bunch of rocks in it, and he's been shoveling these rocks, knowing that Jim's going to bring up a machine to do this work. So can I say stubbornness runs in my family? Second thing, I'm just happy to be here. I think I'm finally over my illness. Go back into the doctor on Wednesday for procedure, so hoping some results will happen from that.
Is that a lobotomy?
There will be results. I can guarantee it. And how much did Jim charge his dad? Oh, it's on account. Okay. Past Zone Chair Steve.
There's a couple of mixed dollars here. About a month or so ago, Lil and I were planning on being in Maui for this 2 weeks right now, but our plans changed, so our son is so nice, graciously sending pictures from the condo that we would have been in.
What a great guy. Past District Governor Steve, do you have a happy dollar there, sir?
Thank you, extreme, what was it? Esteemed lowlife. President Ron, Lions guests. Happy dollar. I love this day so much, I named a child after it.
Drunk? No, gotta be something else. Green? Oh, Patrick, okay. Speaking of Patrick, well, I'll be back. Past President Patrick.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests. First, happy buckets. Thank you all so much for celebrating my day with me. I'm not only a saint, I am a Patrick. Every once in a while, I'm sober during the day, right? That's right. So, it's only noon, and I've already been told for the second happy buck, I've already been told about 100 good Irish jokes, none of which I can repeat here. So I'll just chuckle myself inside. Third happy dollar is happy to see Lion Brian Paxuda here again. Wait, Brian! He actually, Brian was one of these select few folks that helped me celebrate my birthday last Friday, which was 56. Final happy buck is that the movie continues. Oh my God, what a lot of garbage.
And President Ron, I have a happy buck. I've never ever seen past President Pat keep anything to himself before. So there's my happy buck.
I'm about to get my happy dollars out.
Lion Maryland.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, I noticed just over here on the table that there is a Taste of Italy Columbia Reader, but my happy buck was that I was opening the Columbia Reader, searching for whatever was in that magazine or that newspaper, and so to my delight, I found our flyer in there advertised. I thought that was really great, so that's my happy buck.
All right. More back.
I'm right all over this though.
All right, we're going to read forward. We have past President Rick. Do you have your phone? Is your phone on?
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests. Some of you may not know who I am, but I am Rick Little. I've been in Lions for over 30 years. But anyways, just wanted, when I came here today, I was gifted this wonderful questionnaire to fill out, and come to find out it's already filled out, so I don't have to fill it out. So that was pretty awesome. I was really happy about that. So that's great. So anyways,
No. No, I'm not happy.
thank you very much. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
That's on Chair Ray.
President Ron, yes, this is a response to Jim's Irish joke. While he was telling that, I was standing around looking at all the Irish people, and after he did the punchline, they were all going, huh? Huh? Oh, Tom, it was you!
Whoa. Lion Runner, you just throwing money in, or did you want to speak?
I won't beg. President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, part of the Irish folklore is this statement: if it weren't for whiskey, the Irish would have ruled the world. Think about that.
If it weren't for beer, oh wait a minute. Pass this to Governor Mark.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, first a very happy dollar. My wife came through her surgery last week quite well. It'd be nice if she recovered a little sooner. I'm getting tired of some of the other chores that I always took for granted, or used to take for granted. Second dollar in the spirit of Irish jokes, for the 2 or 3 of you that may not have heard this one. It seems that in honor of St. Patrick's Day, an American, an Englishman, and an Irishman went into an Irish bar and each ordered a pint of Guinness. There happened to be a fly in all 3 beers. The American reached into his fingers, took out the fly, tossed it out of the way, started sipping his beer. The Englishman looked at it, slid it back to the bartender and said, "Good sir, replace this beer. There's a fly in my beer." The Irishman reached in, grabbed the fly by the wings, and shook it vigorously, saying, "Spit it out! Spit it out!"
Pass on Chair George.
You know, I should have.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, we've got a happy dollar here. You people are going to be lucky and won't see you for about 3 weeks.
Pass President John.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, Mark took my joke, so I'll tell you the one about the 2 Irishmen that are out fishing. They reeled up a nice shiny little, whatever it was. No. What was it, Mark? What did they reel up, the 2 Irishmen that were fishing?
What I heard was they were on a lifeboat, John.
Oh, maybe this is a different joke. At any rate, they rubbed whatever they found, and a genie appeared. And it was a lamp. pledge, and Mike right away says, turn the whole ocean into Guinness. They're sitting in a brown sea in this little rowboat. And right away, Michael's friend looks at him and goes, Jesus Christ, now we're going to have to, in the boat. I did spend $2, and I do have one more happy dollar. That's to see Lion Rick Little here, the most misnamed person in the world.
And if you hear his cell phone, check your heart. Lion George.
King Lion. King. Lions, yes. I have a really good Irish joke, but John took my time. So I'm going to tell you a real short one, and it's really more of an ethnic religious joke, but Billy comes home from school, he's got a bloody nose and a black eye. What happened to you? Eddie O'Malley beat me up. Well, why would they do that? You know, your friend, he's bigger than you are. Well, I said something really bad about the Pope. Why would you do that? You know Eddie's Catholic. Well, yeah, but I didn't know the Pope was.
You have a joke, Pastor Secretary Jim? Oh, thank God. All right, Pastor Secretary Jim.
King Lion Rob, fellow Lions and guests. I had a very humorous St. Patrick's Day story, but after the last 3 speakers, I've decided to pass. I am just going to be happy that George Moore said he was not going to be here for 3 weeks. I won't have to look at him. And even more importantly, he turned his back on me today, so I don't have to look at him today either. Turn around, George.
Lion Doug.
I'm lucky too, Jim.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, you'll be gifted today. I know the Herald and I won't be here for a couple of weeks.
Yay!
I'm down to Phoenix to play golf and watch the Mariners. Which reminds me of a joke. Pat and Mike went to the Museum of Natural History in New York and were granted an expedition, the funding for an expedition to Egypt. So they took off for Egypt, they got there, they found a secret tunnel into a pyramid and went in and found an artifact. They sent a note back to the museum saying, we think we have found the penis of a proper Persian prince. Would you please verify our find? So they waited and waited. A couple weeks later, the note comes back and said, you stupid Irishman, this is not the penis of a proper Persian prince, but some casual comer has crept into the crypt, crapped and crept out.
They've all been fine at both district coverage. And I'll be right back, Lion Tom. We have to come over here and find Lion Bill for conducting an unauthorized meeting at 11:55.
Yeah, keep doing it. Ask him.
It was not authorized by the tail twisters. Throw your money in. As much as you got.
Look at the flies.
Wow!
King Lion Ron, fellow Lions and guests, in rebuttal to the harassment that I'm getting, you probably don't realize who's going to be a tail twister next year, do you?
Are you going to be Bill?
I don't have any buddies, so it can't hurt me bad.
Lion Tom!
Thank you.
Hey!
King Lion, Ron, fellow Lions and guests. And I got one happy dollar for St. Paddy's Day and a very short Irish story. 3 Irishmen walked out of the pub. They walked out of the pub. Okay, you got it? You're saying the Irish are dumb? And 2 for the Notre Dame men's and women's basketball teams who both won their Atlantic Conference basketball championships this past week.
Are you an athletic reporter of Notre Dame?
Absolutely. Second Vice President Laura.
President Ron Lions, a guest. I don't have any money, but I just see something. But you guys, I've got the funniest thing to show you. I'm witnessing right now the new version of a money clip. Money wrapped in a paper clip. It's too funny, I couldn't pass it up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, first.
You want me to give you a buck?
Yeah, can I borrow a buck out of your new paper clip, money clip?
Yeah.
It's too funny.
All right, Second VP Laura, would you come over here, please? Mike, we'll need you too.
I'm not leaving.
We need you up here. We have 2 sets of legs showing today. And by your applause, I want you to tell us which is preferable to you. So let's start over here. You win, Mike.
So that means that Mike pays my fine for not having a dime, right?
Pays your dime.
Pays my fine.
For not having a dime? Are there any happy dollars from the head table?
You don't want to open up that clip?
Lion Judd.
I've got 2 happy dollars because on Friday. Oh my gosh! Oh man, here I go. Here, I'm gonna put 5 in there just because what a terrible thing for me to do. King Lion Ron, fellow lions and guests. Dang, I had 2 happy dollars. Now they're gone up to 7 happy dollars. But because on Friday night we had a terrific performance of Colin Ray at the Columbia Theater that was almost sold out. And on Sunday afternoon we saw a whole bunch of kids there for Recycle Percussion. So we had a really great weekend at the Columbia Theater.
Is that an advertisement?
No, it's after the fact. It's after the fact, guys. It's after the fact. So what's that going to cost me?
President Ron.
Yeah, I have 2 happy dollars. I'm just happy to be here.
Right.
Let's get this meeting started. John Claypool, will you do the invocation for us, please?
Right there.
Father, we stand before you in thanksgiving for all of the blessings that you give us. We thank you for our families, our friends, our faith, our work. We thank you for being lions, for the fellowship we share, and for the service that we give to others. We ask you to bless this food to us and us in your service so we continue to help others. Amen.
Amen. Mike Boland, will you lead us in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Marilyn Patterson, will you lead us in the song?
My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrims' pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Do we have a sunshine report? Don't have no sunshine report. We'll go to our guests. Do we have any guests?
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests. We have 3 guests here. Eric Lipke.
Those of you that don't know Jared, you should probably get to know him if you do really like
well-made craft brew. We put in his dollar. Master brewer at Ashdown Brewery.
Brenda Corser has a guest? Yes, my guest is Rusty from Minuteman Crafts, and Rusty is also a Castle Rock Lion.
King Lion who?
Oh, King Lion. I don't have a stand, is that going to work for me too?
Yeah,
no.
See you later.
Sorry about that. President Ron, fellow Lions, and guests. Sorry about that. Minuteman Press has been around over 8 years. They have a... Now you're going to cost him some money. Oh my goodness. Thanks for coming, Rusty. Dolly Harvey has a guest.
Hello, Dolly.
Those are the guests, but I want to remind everybody to come and buy tickets for the Taste of Italy. I've got them right here. Okay? Thank you.
Quiet. That's scary.
Greg Firth has an announcement.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, tomorrow night is a monthly Sight and Hearing Foundation meeting over at Canterbury Inn. Anybody is welcome to attend, see what we do. Also, I do have membership applications and club pins with me today.
Cindy Fickett has an announcement.
Canterbury.
Yes.
Cindy Fickett.
President Ron, guests and members, we are gearing up for the Taste of Italy. It is coming right around the corner. It's about 2 weeks away, a little less, I think. So we're going to get started off with lots of information.
Okay, our Taste of Italy is a project that contributes to our fundraiser, our scholarship fund. And last year we were able to give one additional $2,000 scholarship thanks to the Taste of Italy and all of our generous guests and friends that have attended. The event will be at St. Rose in their parish center on Saturday, March 28th, and it starts at 4 p.m. and runs till 8. And it will be a spaghetti dinner with our wonderful, infamous spaghetti sauce. There will be brownies, customized, and wine. So, lots of wine, lots of wine. Okay, so Judy, would you like to add, repeat the information about the tickets that are available?
People don't know that we have tickets, so we have to...
Well, I tell everybody that comes by, but anyway, there's tickets here, and it's $10 if you're 62 or over, or younger than 18. And then if you're in between, you get to pay $12. And you need to just check them out right now and give me the money later, that's fine too. Okay?
So be sure to get your tickets. We can get this promoted for the scholarships.
Do you have tickets for the spaghetti, by the way?
And part of the fundraisers, we have baskets that will be raffled off. And we need donations of baskets. So if you know of anybody that would like to donate a basket, contact Cindy or myself.
Send this around so everybody can look at it. maybe have a possibility of donating a basket. Vicki, want to send it? Going to do the and?
And you know that I always love to wrap the basket. So if you've got a basket that is ready to go, you know, but you don't have the paper, the cellophane, the ribbon, you can either drop it to me at home, Sam, or bring it to me at work. And the address where I work is 907 Vandercook Way, so it's the old 24 flavors. So, and I'm there Monday through Friday. So I'll be more than happy to put your basket together if you just have a bunch of stuff that you're not quite sure how you want to wrap it and stuff. So I am more than willing to do that.
Are you going to be in the basket?
Excuse me? What'd you say?
Are you going to be in the basket?
Steve Patterson has an announcement.
We have decorations with Pat. We want to make sure everybody hears about this.
We're doing the decorations, but we had some changes of locale, I guess, to donate to us. Does anybody have any of the, like, placemats or napkins that we can put underneath the actual decorations, which are grapes and white faces and that type of thing? So if you have anything like that, let me know.
And then we have the beer guy, wine guy. Where'd you go, Greg?
Come here.
Right here.
We've got a lot of donations of wine so far. No, I don't have to do that. This is a subcommittee of a subcommittee of a subcommittee. So, you've already been addressed. We've got a lot of donations of red wine in. We've probably got about 40-some bottles right now, but we only have about 7 or 8 bottles of white wine. So if you have not brought any wine yet and you're going to, please bring some white wine. Sweet or sour or whatever, but make it white. Thank you.
We have the sign-up sheets over here. Please, please, please sign up. They'll be here this week and next week. So we'll pass it around next week.
For those of you who missed the infomercial because you were sleeping or eating, it'll be on KLTV when, Dwayne?
Steve Patterson has an announcement.
Oh, we're so happy to move on.
I think you did a great job, ladies.
Yeah, I did too.
President Ron, Lions and guests, we have a visitation this Thursday evening. We'll be traveling to La Center. So far we have 3 people signed up. Be nice to have maybe 1 or 2 more. If you're interested in going to La Center, Thursday night we'll be leaving Columbia Ford at 5:45.
Marilyn Patterson has an announcement.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, I'm going to bail Brenda out because she wanted to advertise, just for fun, because you're a newbie here, and so now you know. If you want to advertise, you pay $1. There you go. Now, I have an announcement, sir. Sir, I need a couple of people to assist me. As clothing chair, I've been working on possible aprons, and as you can see, this one doesn't quite go long enough, does it? But I have 2 samples, and this is one that is a little bit shorter that will fit on people like Mamie. Steve likes them. And then I have another apron here. Linda is wearing, and I asked Linda to wear it for a couple of reasons. When they did the screen print on this, it didn't blend well with the fabric, so we're working on another option because it turned out green. Just happens to be St. Patrick's Day, so I thought that was cool. But I know that Linda is such a Seahawk fan, so I really think that she deserves to have this one. So Linda, would you step out? This one's longer, so I really felt that there was a need to look for 2 sizes in the aprons. And the aprons are going to run, we will need to buy them if we want them, as opposed to the club actually providing them to any event. So if you want your apron, I'm going to show this for a couple of weeks, And then I will have a better set on price, but they're going to be between $16 and probably $18 or $19. The smaller ones will be a little less. So you don't have to buy them, but they're kind of fun. This all started at convention in October when those of us that participated in the, uniform parade competition as Pioneer Lions, we thought it would be kind of fun to step it up a little bit, and the next contest have aprons and spatulas and things that represent our chuck wagon. So that's where it all came about. So next week I will have a little piece of paper. Maybe I'll send it around, and you could check box if you like a short one or a long one, or if you'd even want one. So just want your input as a club. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Greg.
Dwayne Smith has an announcement.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, we're continuing to make the videos. I send out an email with the YouTube link. If you're not getting those emails and you would like to, see me and give me your email address. Also, I will be here next week, but after that I'll be gone for a couple of months. I'm looking for some more volunteers to help run the camera. I can still process the video on vacation with my laptop by just sending the little SD card to me in the mail. But if you have any interest in running the camera on a volunteer basis, I know Jim Mossman is going to try to help out, and Richard Dreyer will try to help out when he can, but still looking for more volunteers.
Doug Harvey has an announcement.
What an exciting meeting, Mr. President, fellow Lions and guests. To add to the excitement, I have a wonderful announcement. There's going to be a bylaws committee meeting. An exciting bylaws committee meeting. Going to be this Thursday in my office. Somebody's going to buy pizza. I don't know who it is yet, but somebody's going to buy pizza. Leroy's going to buy the pizza.
No, this guy's back here bringing out the boys.
Anyway, the bylaws for the club are supposed to be completed for review. The draft is going to go out on the website for everybody to look at after that. We're also going to have some examples of our foundation bylaws, the way they should be. And last but not least, the 501c3, pros and cons to that event will be discussed. We're going to have an attorney or two there to help us do that. So everybody should come, 5:30 this Thursday the 19th at my office, which is at 209 Hudson, right behind the Minute Bar at 3rd and Hudson.
Behind the men's room?
Dolly Harvey has an announcement.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, once again I have the Go 4 buttons in 5, 10, and 20 bags, and 100 if you really want one.
Bill Pontius has an announcement. Okay. Sam Wardle has an announcement.
No, I don't. My announcement is you can wait till next week.
Okay. Hey! John Claypool has an announcement.
Thanks for all your time, Sam. I appreciate it. President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, Mike, and never mind. We're going to have an awards committee meeting after this meeting, and if any of you know of a Lion that has been working hard during the month of February, please stop by, give us his name and his feet. Her name or feet, and him or feet.
Mark Kelch has an announcement. Mark.
I'll pass till next week.
Okay. Russ Case has an announcement.
Come on, paperclip.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, what I wanted to check on is there should be a couple of striped folders among the room. If you hold those up so I can see where they're at. There should be 2 of them.
Cindy and Brenda.
Okay, I just want to remind everybody there was a little bit of confusion in that there's a fee of $10 for the lunch, and you need to check that off, and we need to have the money by the 15th of April. So if you can keep that going around so we know how many people are going to be at the meeting on April 18th at the PUD building, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
If there's no other announcements, I'll turn it over to John.
That's more applause than I've seen in a long time. If you are from Oregon, you would be considered an Oregonian.
Yeah.
If you're from Washington, you are a.
Washington.
What happens if you're from Michigan?
Gander.
Who got it? Wardle. Good for you. Of course. My guest today, David Riggs, is a Michigander, born and raised in Michigan. Went to Ferris State University, also got his Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science there, his Master's from Eastern Michigan. Started his career in health sciences in Ann Arbor. And he's spent a number of years, 40 years, working in public health as a public health administrator. But that's not why he is here. He is here because he is an elk. And I have always been curious and thought I would ask David to step up and tell us a bit in our club about what the Elks are all about and how their work interacts with some of the work that we do at Pioneer Lions. He's been active both professionally and in his community. He's the first vice president of the National Environmental Health Association, a professional member of the American Society of Safety Engineers, past chair of the National Conference of Local Environmental Health Administrators. There's a lot of things, isn't it? He has been actively involved with the Elks, especially with the shoot-around, and he is on the board at the Columbia Theater. I know him originally from the front row of the Columbia Theater, and I'm very happy to introduce my friend and board member, David Riggs.
You can use that one.
Use this one? Okay, I'll use this one. I do want to thank you for having me here today, and I do appreciate the chance to talk about Elks, but I will mention one thing. My maternal grandfather and grandmother were both born in Ireland. But I don't tell jokes about Irish because one of them was green and one of them was orange. And so we had a lot of discussions around the table. But anyhow, yeah, I'm here to represent the Elks, and what Elks, their long name is the Benevolent Protective Order of Elks. And they were founded in 1868, so they're almost 150 years old, in New York City. They were originally a benevolent organization for actors and actresses and musicians and that type of thing in New York City, and then it spread and became a much bigger organization. To be an elk, you have to be an American citizen, first off, who believes in God, you have to believe in God, and who has not been convicted of a felony. If you're a convicted felon, you can't get into the Elks. Yeah. And Elks are a fraternal order, and they started out as a fraternal order. They're still a fraternal order, but they're also a service organization. And all of our programs fall into one of 3 areas. We have first what we call youth activities. And youth activities cover such things as many that you do, scholarships. We have a dictionary program where we give dictionaries to every child in 3rd grade in all the elementary schools in Cowlitz County. Go out and give that to them. I happen to be the chairman of the next one, which is Youth in Government. We have a Youth in Government program where we pair up students from all the high schools with counterparts in county and city government for a day. They get to spend the day with them and learn what those people do in government, whether they be the sheriff or the auditor or the mayor, depending on the level of government. And then we have a luncheon for them and some speakers, and they certainly enjoy that. We also have a fish frolic. We sponsor Boy and Girl Scout troops. We have a big drug awareness program. That's one of our big things that we do. And if you've ever been to the hoop shoot, you see the basketballs that we give out as prizes. They're drug awareness basketballs, even though they're legal NBA basketballs. We have our program that we're most proud of is a local program that we have that isn't a national or state program. We just do it ourselves. It's shoes and socks for kids. We raise money and donate, and we purchase coupons, vouchers actually, for shoes and socks for many of the places where we can buy shoes in town. And then we give them to the elementary teachers, and they give them out to the kids that don't have shoes or don't have good shoes and don't have socks. And you wouldn't believe how many there are. Last year we gave out 5,000 pair. Family, we do family picnics, we do the hoop shoot, as I said, we do an Easter egg hunt, Christmas parties, Halloween parties, you know, all that type of things for youth. And we donate a lot to the senior parties that they have in the high schools. They're alternative graduation parties for the seniors. The other area that we come under is, our activities come under, one of the three areas is the veterans. And we're very big into veterans, and we're very proud of the veterans that are serving, that have served, and the men that are serving. We do a lot in the veterans. We have the stand downs. We participate in the stand down for veterans, where veterans can come in. We can give them information, help, all sorts of things. We have a program called Adopt a Vet, which is a program where we work with a recent vet where they're, you know, adopted by a family, so to speak, that, you know, brings them to stuff and does that, especially if they don't have their own family close enough to do it. We have a free vet dinner every year for our veterans and their spouses at the lodge, and we always get that full up. It's always a primary dinner, and always when it's a free dinner, we're always full up. So I don't know how it is anyplace else, but that always happens to us. But it's a big program. We have a veterans chairman, a veterans committee, and our veterans chairman this year is also works with the veterans groups down in Vancouver and Clark County. And she's done a real good job. And we've sent boxes to people overseas in Afghanistan, previously in Iraq, and wherever they may be serving, gift boxes several times a year that we buy and put together and send to them. The third area where we have our services is what we call Americanism. And I passed out some little folders that tell you what Americanism is. And what we're very, very proud of is we are the All-American Lodge this year. Out of over 2,000 lodges in the United States, Kelso Longview was chosen to be the American Lodge for this year. And it included doing things like that. We're kind of proud of that because, you know, we're we're not a small lodge for here, but we're a small lodge nationally. And we have the support of the community to do it. We couldn't do it without the support of the community. And Americanism is, you know, it's patriotism, but it's really supporting your community. And we do a lot of community activities. We work with hospice and help sponsor hospice, CAP, community house, you know, all the usual things. We help with search and rescue, and we help sponsor them as well as participate with them. And then we have a big program for the aging, for, you know, aging in community aging and helping people that are getting up there in age, which I'm getting up there myself, so I'm retired. But, you know, that's the three areas we work in. And I guess I got plenty of time. I was hurrying here. Our local lodge, 1482, like I said, is an all-American lodge out of over 2,000 lodges, and they're a very, very active group. Also, I think, you know, everybody thinks, well, what's an Elks Lodge? We do have a social component to our lodge. We have a lounge and a restaurant. They tell me. Yeah, we do have the lounge and the restaurant for members and guests. We serve. It's open for for lunch every day, but we also have all our special activities, dinners, dances. We have a ballroom. We built the ballroom probably about 8 years ago. I think it was about 8, 9 years ago. It's a beautiful ballroom. We use it for our activities. We have our installation of officers coming up on the 28th of March, and we'll be using it for that, and they start decorating it next week. But we also rent it out or give it out to a lot of groups, depending on who wants it and what it's for. We give that space out or rent it out. And that money, of course, goes to our charities. And then finally, of course, we own and operate the Three Rivers Golf Course, which some of you may have played on. Hopefully you've played on it in the last year, because things have changed out there dramatically. We are now the direct managers of the golf course, rather than contracting out to another entity to manage it, a third party. We manage it, which was kind of expensive to start with because we had to replace everything there, because most everything was owned by the management, third-party manager. And so there's new golf carts, there's a whole new pro shop with new equipment. We've refurbished the snack bar, and we're doing a lot of work on the links themselves. And it's a pretty good golf course. We host a lot of things there, also for other groups, and we host some charity benefit things there also. We have the Elks State Golf Tournament there, and that money all goes to veterans from that, when we have that tournament. And we do a lot of other things there. So that's kind of what Elks is. It's one of those things that started out as a social organization. Of course, there's a social part of it. We have, we have our officers just like you do. We have our weekly meeting, and we go through a lot of things. One of the other things we do, maybe a little bit different than other people do, is we have an initiation ritual we go through, and we have annual competition between the lodges to see who can do the ritual the best in the state. And if you get good at the state, then you go to national. We have gone to national 3 times since 1955. I got to be on one of the national teams and won a state championship, and that's kind of an interesting thing to do. And what it does is it instills in us, why we're there every time we give that initiation, because we talk about our rules. The other thing it does is the better you can do that, the more impressive it is to anybody coming in, and I think it has a longer lasting impression on their mind. But Elks is a good thing. I've been a member 20 years. For the first 10 years, all I did was play pool for the Elks team. Okay, pool's Monday night, and then I played for the Legion too. But we come in and play pool, and we do some of our socializing thing there. And then one of my friends got to be an officer and kind of coerced me into helping out and doing things. And and it's like any other group, like your group. The more you do, the more enjoyable it is, the more you get done. And we have a lot of special events. We even have RV parking. And a lot of the Elks clubs do. We have RV hookups out in our thing, so visitors can come hook up, stay there. Or a lot of times on those big nights that we have a big social thing, some of our own members stay there so they just can stagger across to the RV park and not get in trouble. So we have that. I don't know much more to tell you. I think I didn't make a whole 15 minutes, but a lot of the things that a service organization does, you folks do too. And we've joined with other service organizations in trying to do, manage things. What we're finding out now is that no matter how big you are, and we have about 1,100 members, a lot of those are golf members. We don't see them at the meetings. That's just the way it is. We see a lot of members, like I said, when we have a free dinner, but aside from that, we have an average of maybe 25% of the members you see. That's still a pretty good number of members, but things are going on that we have to do, and we have to find out, we have to do it cooperatively and form coalitions, cooperative groups with other organizations, other service organizations, with some governmental organizations like Veterans Administration, and do that to get the things done that we're doing, because things are getting more expensive, and it's getting harder and harder to serve some of the needs of the community, because they're expanding, at least in our community, especially in youth, for the youth needs, and especially for families in our community, which we want to help. So we've looked at those coalitions, and we'll probably be knocking on everybody's door again and saying, hey, do you want to partner and do this kind of a thing with us? And that's one of the things I wanted to mention. If it just so happens, I have some membership forms. If anybody is interested in doing it, I can leave one with you. It's got a little bit more information about the Elks and about what we do other than what I covered. And you know, it's a fun organization. I see a lot of Elks here that are in the Elks with me, over there and over here and all over. And I see a lot of people I know here that aren't Elks, but I've known in the community.
Raise your hand.
Huh? Okay. Anybody that's an Elk here or any place else, raise your hand.
How about ladies of the Elks?
Ladies of the Elks too. Okay. You know, and Elks is not for men, and you do not have to be a lady elk. My wife is an elk. This next year she will be lecturing knight, which means in 3 years she will be the exalted ruler or the leader of the Elks Club, our Elks Club. And I get to be the spouse. So I guess I get to join Ladies of the Elks. I don't know. But they keep on telling me I couldn't pass the physical. So I do want to thank you for that. It's been an honor to be an elk all these years, but it's been an honor to talk to you about it. And we have a saying, BPOE, which stands for Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks. We internally, you know, not that we ever pat ourselves on the back, but we think it really stands for best people on earth. But Elks, our motto is Elks care and Elks share. And then my button must have fallen off in the car when I took this off the hanger out of the car to get in here today. But I do want to thank you. And again, I do want to tell you I am Irish. And so I have a little bit of time on St. Patrick's Day. My family calls all over. I have cousins in Ireland and, you know, because my grandparents were Irish and all over the United States. And I have an uncle that's my favorite. He's about the only one that comes here regularly to see me. And he's 93 years old. And it's Paddy, P-A-D-D-Y, Paddy. And his wife's name is Maureen, but we call her Annie M. And she's 88. And I didn't know it, but apparently in the last year or two, they've been having a little bit of marital problems at that age. And so my Uncle Paddy went to the doctor and got some of those little blue pills, you know. 93 years old, little blue pills. And Aunt Maureen said he got them last week, and he was going to try them for St. Paddy's Day. And he took one early this morning. You know, they're way ahead of us. They're on time. And I said, well, what happened? She says, well, I think he's going to be all right, but he didn't take it with water, and the doctor says he's going to have a stiff neck for 3 days. So, thank you very much. Oh, okay. Oh, Tall Elks. Oh, I forgot about Tall Elks. Those are some of the programs. We have two big national programs, and we have a subset. Tall Elks is a program we sponsor therapists throughout the state on that. It used to be called our therapy program. We sponsor it for children. We have 16 therapists, full-time physical therapists, that go and help out people in their homes, kids, that cannot afford to do it themselves, to have it. And it's real successful. And that's Tall Elks. And we donate, that's all run by donations through all the Elks Clubs. Also, we have the Christmas tree lot. And we donate to the Children's Hospital in Seattle. The Children's Hospital, not ours. And this year we donated $10,000 to the Children's Hospital because that's our thing for youth. ENF is another one that's, okay. But it's a fund that we have that sponsored us. If anybody knows what ENF is, I just had one of those brain things.
Well, last year, whether you realize or not, we partnered with the Longview Pioneer Lions in Cabaret.
Yes.
That's right. We had all of our, many of our rehearsals.
Right. Yeah. That was a great thing. I knew that we had done it with the Lions Club. I wasn't directly involved in. I wasn't going to take the chance not to be in the wrong Lions Club to say that. So,
Good one.
good, you know. But yes, and we have ENF, and that's another fund, and we get a lot of money for youth activities through that one. That's the Youth Activities Fund. And then we also have our state has another smaller fund to help with the therapy program, along with Tall Elks. So, Ron, you had a question.
Yes, major source of funding.
What's your major source?
Our major source of funding. No, well, no. Golf course is, no, it's been running a little bit in the red this year because we took it over and had to do all those capital outlays. Major source of funding, we have areas, well, of course, membership dues. And our membership dues, I think, are $110 this year, including the state portion and everything else. Then we have the income that we make off the bar, the lounge, and the restaurant. We do make a little bit off the restaurant. We do a little bit better on the lounge. And then, of course, the other source is the golf course, which is usually a major source of funding, or should be once we get us caught up on our capital outlay. Because when we bought 44 new cards, out there, the power cards, or not bought, leased. And we redid the pro shop, and you wouldn't believe how expensive golf equipment is, even for us, wholesale. So, but those are the areas of funding. Donations, we do fundraisers, we do all sorts of things, we have auctions. We just had a wine tasting and auction last week for youth activities, and that money's going for our sporting teams and those type of things. So, thank you.
Thank you, Dave. On behalf of the Pioneer Lions, I want to present you with this here mug and an application to join our club. Okay, we got the site and hearing meeting coming up this tomorrow night at 6:30 at Canterbury Park. Feastability's coming up. Need more donations. Visitations. Steve Patterson's got to sign up for it. Bylaws meeting this Thursday at what, 6:30? 5:30. Go Forth buttons, they're still for sale. Dolly's got those. Wards committee meeting, we're going to hold that at, John? Right over there? Okay. And Russ Case has got the lunch sign-ups for the CEP.